mission, solving mysteries in the night. Chasing shadows, finding answers, shining bright light. No one's left behind, in the darkness all alone. With a heart like a siren, she brings the lost ones home. Silent cries in the dark no longer have to be, for justice wheels keep turning, granny on the beat. Broken voices find their power, call out hope again. When these crime busters run, no victims left in pain. Bravery in her veins, truth she won't disguise. With a fire in her eyes, she's got nothing to deny. Granny fights for justice, never backs down from the call. For the voiceless and the missing, she'll stand tall.
Hello, hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Hello, K9. Good to see you. I know that Ginger said she was going to be a little bit late, but I had this whole thing figured out for today, and I saw something at the last minute that kind of struck my eye in regards to the Sebastian Rogers case. So I thought I'd share that real quick because I told you guys if there's anything that comes up, I will always share it with you, because I know that everybody that is a regular here feels the same way I do about Sebastian. So I want to share that. I'll just read it to you guys, and then we can kind of discuss it before we get into our regular program for tonight. Okay. And please remember, don't show hate in the chat, okay? All right. So make sure everybody can see this all right. I think I'll make it a little bit bigger and maybe take me off the screen here. A little better. Okay. All right. A private investigator hired by Katie and Chris Proudfoot says that a new video could help break the case in the continued search for Sebastian Rogers. The teen with autism went missing from his mother's Hendersonville home on February 26, 2024, and hasn't been seen since. He was last seen on Stafford Court in Hendersonville. That just hit me funny. He was last seen on Stafford Court, was he? Didn't we just go over this, guys? Anyway, now Steve Fisher says he's focusing on a new video that could be a break in the search for the missing teen. Fisher said that in the video, if you look closely, there's a person in dark clothing walking in Sebastian's neighborhood at 12:17 a.m. on the night he disappeared. He said that the person appears to hide behind a car when someone walks a dog nearby, and then the person takes off in the opposite direction. All right, let's watch this video that Steve says is so important, guys, okay? You tell me what you see, and I don't know what this big round thing here in the middle is. Don't have a clue, but let's go ahead and look. That's supposed to be a focus. Did you guys see anything? Hello, Brenda Joe. Did you guys see anything in that video? I think the big white thing made it a lot harder to see anything. What do you guys think? But I'm going to finish reading this. Okay. So, Fisher talked about the significance of this video that the public hasn't seen until now. So what we found, we went through over 100 hours of surveillance. It wasn't until the third pass through the surveillance that we even spotted this person. And there's a person at 12:17 a.m. in the same neighborhood. It appears that they're trying to stay out of sight of another person that's walking their dog and then doubles back after. It's clear and goes back toward the construction zone where it was believed that he may have been. It's very hard to see because the person wears all dark clothing, which is believed Sebastian was wearing, he said. Fisher said that the person in the video appears to be a thinner person, making it hard to see them. What we would like to know if this person is accounted for, Fisher added. Does law enforcement know who this individual is? Do they even know about this person in the video? And if they do, have they accounted for who that is? He also told WSMV4 that the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation has a copy of this video. After requesting comment, the TBI referred WSMV to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, which is leading this investigation. WSMV4 has contacted Sumner County for comment. Law enforcement has had possession of the original video since 72 hours after Sebastian was reported missing. After thoroughly investigating this lead, we determined that it has no relevance to the case, Sumner County Sheriff's Office said in response. Presently, there's still an active Amber Alert for Sebastian. Hundreds of hours have been poured into finding him, including ground searches, drone mapping, use of scent dogs, and scouring surveillance video. So what's next? Fisher tells WSMV that waterways will be searched using underwater remotely operated vehicles with high-definition cameras. Okay. So there you have it, guys. You notice that I didn't share anything that from his account, right? I shared from the news station. Oh, you didn't see the video play? All right, I'll play it again. Basically, all you can see is that white thing moving, guys. So, in my opinion, if he overlaid this white image to like focus in, it doesn't focus in anything, in my opinion. But you tell me what you think. So here we go. And do you see a person walking a dog? Because I don't know that I do. There you have it. I didn't see anyone either. Hi, Melissa. Hello, Ginger. We were just looking at the PI's video. He's got a new video that hi Kay that he says maybe well, how did he put it? Let's see what he said. It could be a break in the search for the missing teen. Okay. If you look closely, guys, you gotta look closely. There's a person in dark clothing walking in Sebastian's neighborhood at 12:17 a.m. on the night he disappeared. He says that the person appears to hide behind a car when someone walks a dog nearby, and then the person takes off in the opposite direction. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't see anybody walking a dog, and I didn't see anybody take off in the opposite direction. But we'll play it again, one more time. See anybody walking a dog anywhere? Do you see anybody hiding behind the car? I don't see any footprints. I don't see anybody walking a dog. Oh, must be moving. It must be moving. 'Cause the thing's moving. Is that something? Sorry, guys. This guy just cracks me up. You did see someone walking? You think you must be blind. I saw like a shape move, but I didn't see any feet by the car. I was looking. But Sumner County evidently knows who the person is or whatever, because they said that they have already that this video that he thinks might be the link to finding out where Sebastian is debunked by the sheriff's office. Yeah, I did see something moving to the right, but I mean, it didn't even look like a person, did it? No. So let me share that again. I shouldn't go off of it until we're all done talking about it, right? No, sheriff's office. Law enforcement has had possession of the original video since 72 hours after Sebastian was reported missing. After thoroughly investigating this lead, we determined that it has no relevance to the case. So, Sumner County says, nah. Hello, Mallycat. Good to see you. He needs to go away. Oh, yeah. So there you have it. There's some breaking news on Sebastian Rogers. Next, he'll be trying to imply that Sebastian's walking the dog. I know, right? I know. Sebastian loved dogs. He was out there watching the dog, right? At 12:15 in the morning. Barefooted, right? No coat. He was out there watching somebody walk their dog and then went toward the construction site. Guys, why is he and Chris so set on that stupid construction site? Because here's the deal. They drained the pond. Narc divers walked the mud in the pond to make sure that nothing was stuck in there. Come on. Yes, I couldn't put it better. Put your drink down and slowly walk away. That's right. There's no video of him. He didn't walk away. It's like Jennifer Coffindaffer said, that it makes sense to her that he was abducted, whether by family or otherwise, because when you abduct somebody, you're not going to worry about whether they have shoes on or a coat on or anything else, right? And the flashlight, I think, was only a matter of the flashlight adding that to the story after the flashlight video came out. That's my opinion. Because they didn't talk about that in the beginning. So, yes. Crazy that, and here's the thing. Why didn't he ask Sumner County what their thoughts were? Will Sumner County not talk to him? Instead, he brings it to Channel 4 News. Look what I got. Trying to pump himself up, right? Only to have Sumner County say, nope, not a clue. Hello, Cheryl. Good to see you. So, yeah. So interesting. Yeah, I'd be interested to know if the mob crew does kind of look at that video. But he would almost have to take off that. Yeah, that's what I think too, K9. I wonder why. But he would almost have to take off that round thing right here, wouldn't he? I mean, to me, it makes it harder to see anything with it, and this is obviously something he did, right? And you got some kind of light, back sourced from whatever he was doing. That's not a part of the video. So what did he do? What does he look at? This looks pretty clear. Looks like, the moon is shining, because it was almost a full moon that night. So you can kind of see some light, right? The mob crew would have to decide what time of night it was, right? By looking at this, because it does almost look like there's a light there shining down, doesn't it? And so this white thing makes it worse. You can't see anything. You'd be able to see better, I think, without that. But all I can say is if Chris does try to work with this, good luck to him, because he'd have to take that spotlight off there if he could. I think he is too, but he's not sick of the case. And if this video could mean something, he'll look into it because he cares about Sebastian. I just don't know how good it is because of having that in the center like that. Am I wrong, guys? Do you think that spotlight helped anything? To me, it blurred it more. Because you look at everything else around, and then having this spotlight thing on makes it look more blurry. But I did decide to talk about a case that I've been doing on the morning news, my morning news clip, because there's more to it and when I do, yeah, it's very hard to work with altered pictures or videos. Very difficult. I don't know if he can get that off there, but he'd be able to tell us. I'm sure that somebody sent it to him so far. I didn't, but I saw this honestly just before I came on. But anyway, we're going to talk about a mother Ginger brings up a good point. What if SF is keeping us all distracted and focused on the neighborhood when Sebastian never came back from the TRH? Yeah. And I believe Hong has been putting things out that he thinks that Sebastian never made it home from TRH either. So it's a possibility, guys. How did he lose his shoes? He didn't have a jacket on, and he didn't have those clothes on that she said he did. Not that she couldn't be lying about the clothing. I mean, and then I don't know, what about the flashlight videos? I don't know. This case is so confusing, right, guys? It really is. It really, really is. But anyway, so the case that I was going to talk about tonight is a mother who abandoned 3 of her children in an apartment for almost 5 years. Near as they could figure out, she moved in with them in 2019, and about the height of COVID. She moved out but left them there. They are now 12, 13, and 15. The boy is the oldest, and the 2 youngest are girls. So the mother has been charged with first-degree child abuse. I don't know if I can say that word or not. And yeah, so I'm just going to get right into it.
Kids were living in a real-life nightmare.
The charges are 3 counts of child abuse in the first degree.
The Oakland County prosecutor charges a mother in what she says is the worst neglect case she has ever seen.
And this is the mother right here. She's 34-year-old Kelli Bryant, accused of abandoning her children for years.
And Bryant is expected to be arraigned in court tomorrow. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Ty Steele.
I'm Kimberly Gill. That comes after Oakland County prosecutor Karen McDonald revealed new information in the case. So let's get right out to Will Jones. He's live in Pontiac with more. Will.
Kimberly and Ty, Kelli Bryant, I should say, is facing the most serious charge for child abuse, first-degree child abuse. We can learn more about this case in court tomorrow for the arraignment, but investigators say the kids who lived at that house lived in fear of their mother. They had been cut off from the outside world for years.
We say a lot, this is the worst I've ever seen. And I've stopped saying that because every time I say that, I see something worse.
Kelli Bryant is facing child abuse charges, accused of leaving 3 of her kids to basically fend for themselves at a home in Pontiac.
Police were astonished to find anyone in the location because it appeared to be uninhabitable, with piles of garbage and refuse several feet high, including large amounts of human excrement.
At the home, police say they found a 15-year-old boy and 2 girls, ages 12 and 13.
At the hospital, the children struggled with completing basic hygiene tasks like flushing a toilet and brushing their teeth because they had not done it in years. The children were forensically interviewed and described having virtually no physical contact with their mother, suspect Bryant, or the outside world in several years.
Oakland County prosecutor Karen McDonald says Bryant moved out of the home around 2020 or 2021, leaving 3 children at the location. When the food supply ran low, McDonald says the son would text Bryant and food would be delivered. Police say they were called to the home on Valentine's Day for a welfare check because of missed rent payments.
Morally, there is plenty of responsibility to go around for how this was allowed to happen. However, these 3 kids were entrusted to the care of their mother, Kelli Bryant, and the evidence suggests that she effectively abandoned them to a revolting pit of refuse and squalor. There must be consequences for those actions.
McDonald says the 3 children are staying with family right now. Coming up at 6, we're going to learn more about what those kids experience inside this home and how they are doing tonight. We are live here in Pontiac. Will Jones, Local 4.
Okay, Will, thank you.
Okay. So they were left alone since spring, summer. I agree, K9. I agree 100%. They were left alone almost 5 years from spring or summer of 2020. So they're 12, 13, and 15 now. The oldest was 10. 7 and 6. Is that right, guys? When they were left alone. Can you imagine in the hospital? They were having to be taught how to use the bathroom and flush the toilet and brush their teeth. Simple things that we teach our toddlers. These kids are 12, 13, and 15. I don't know what kind of mother she was that she had instilled such fear because she had no literal contact with them. A little bit with the son. She left the son with a phone. And lately, I mean, she wasn't even paying rent, and she would leave a loaf of bread that was expected to last several days for the 3 of them. So let's go to the next one. This was the cleanup crew. They had to have a hazmat team come in to clean up this home. This is stuff all taken out of this home. I guess the boys slept on a mattress and the girls slept on pizza boxes, guys. That's one of the mattresses. I think about this poor landlord. Look at all the pizza boxes. Those girls were sleeping on those. This mattress over here. I wonder if they weren't taught or that's why kids have to yeah. Well, they were so little. I mean, at that point, 6, 7, and 10, right? Even if, yeah, I bet she didn't teach them how to take care of themselves by then. Yeah. Their toenails were so long they couldn't even walk properly. Their hair was matted. The officer said it looked like fur. Didn't even look like hair. Yeah, can you imagine the smell? And, when you saw the picture of the home, right? Those look like some nice townhomes. You mean to tell me for 5 years their neighbors did not smell that stuff? I mean, I think that so many people dropped the ball in this case, right? I mean, you're talking relatives, close relatives of Kelli, the mother. You're talking neighbors who, come to find out they didn't even know kids lived there. She was paying rent up until October. She must have been paying to keep the lights and electricity on because they were playing video games. So I don't know. I'm not going to play all of this one, but this is the judge, and this was her arraignment.
Kelli Bryant.
I'll show you her, and then
I know you've had an opportunity to go into a private confidential breakout room to confer with your client regarding the charges in this matter. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And are you waiving the reading of the general information and complaint this morning? Have to set a date to keep it going. That will be at 9 o'clock.
That's her.
TCC, the probable cause conference is at 1:30. Of course, if you're unable to retain an attorney, and a court-appointed attorney will be provided for you to help you navigate and to communicate before Judge Walker on your next court date in this matter. Pretrial services relative to bond, but for the record, Ms. Kerrigan, are you in receipt of the pretrial services report bail recommendation in this matter?
Your Honor, and I did discuss it with my client.
Okay, all right.
I am, yes.
Okay, and have you read and reviewed that?
I did do that in the breakout room, Your Honor. Sorry, there's a lot of feedback, I think, from the jail screen. I think that's our problem right now.
Our problem is from the jail screen.
And I talked to her.
Okay, all right, so they're recommending release with conditions.
So basically, this judge was not a happy camper. She set her bond at $250 million. And she is not to have contact with any children under the age of 18. And she's not to send messages or threats or anything to her children, or she'll lose all phone and mail privileges. Which, in my opinion, she threw the book at her, and I'm glad she did. But here's a good note about these kids that I wanted to share with you.
ages 15, 13, and 12, spent nearly 5 years of their life alone with no hygiene products, no access to education, or a parent's love.
There are things called failure to thrive. With neglect comes a lot of different ramifications on how well they learn, how well they are able to talk, how well they're able to function.
Yeah, that's great. It has been nearly 1 week since the children were found inside this Pontiac home during a wellness check for their mother. Maintenance contractor Omar Tame tells me he was there as horrified officers opened this door.
Seeing the condition of the house, there was feces everywhere. And all we could just hear him saying, oh my God, you know.
He says that he watched as officers had to push aside 4 feet piles of mold, trash, and feces to find the children inside.
And then we heard some kids, sound like they were crying. And when the kids came down, you know, they escorted them out. They couldn't even walk. They never seen outside in years.
What did the kids' hair look like? Their hygiene, could you tell?
Well, their hair was very matted. It didn't even look like hair. It looked like fur. It was very, very scary.
We're told that the children's mother, 34-year-old Kelli Marie Bryant, would periodically drop off food and told the children to never answer the door or leave the home. Care House tells me it is frequently fear from an authority figure that keeps a child from seeking help. It will take time and treatment for these children to recover from this unimaginable abuse. But Care House tells me it is possible.
What is the hope?
Children are amazingly resilient. You'll see children come out of horrific situations and they seem to be blossoming. It's not that they blossom right away. It's that they blossom because they've been given those resources and they learn that they are important. They learn that what happened to them was not okay.
In Pontiac, Sarah Michaels, 7 News, Detroit.
Sarah, thank you so much.
Okay. So there you have it. That's the whole story of those kids. They are living with their grandfather, their mother's dad, which I'm not sure how I feel about that. I don't know anything about the man, obviously. I would like to think that they're analyzing and watching, you know, what these kids are going through, right? The sheriff's department is raising money for these children because they didn't have clothes that fit them. You know, they're obviously going to need medical care, continued medical care, I would think. When you see the squalor that they were living in, I can't imagine what kind of hepatitis, possibly. I mean, I don't know, guys. I don't know what all those kids are going through, but I would think that not only medical, but therapy as well. You know, how they were living. But yeah, I mean, kids learn what they're taught, and these kids weren't taught anything, right? They weren't loved on. They weren't taught anything. They weren't shown that they have a value. I mean, the boy had only gone outside twice. Once to touch the grass, and the other time to get the mail. I'm assuming that's because his mom made him. Because he was told not to go out, right? She would sometimes order DoorDash, and she didn't even go inside. She would leave the stuff on the front porch for them. So, yeah. Horrific conditions that those children were living in. And I'm so glad that the judge threw the book at her and demanded a $250 million cash bond. They said that she had a Facebook page and her nails were always done up and her hair and whatever, new clothes. And so I don't know. But I agree with you guys. She's not a mother, is she? Not a mother. But I can turn that banner off now, huh? I don't want to show any more of that stuff. They actually did another video, actually showed pictures of the rooms. They were piled up some places 4 foot high with garbage. But every single room you were having to step on something to walk through. So those kids were stepping on that with long toenails. No wonder they couldn't hardly walk. I don't know. Just is sad. So you look at who let these kids down. What about the school district? Okay, it happened at the height of COVID, but then don't they check to make sure all the kids are coming back? So after COVID, you just didn't check on kids anymore? Is that the deal? The grandfather who lives in the same city hadn't seen those kids for 5 years. Was he not questioning? I heard that she's a lot like Megan Boswell. Told a lot of different stories. Yeah. And she had 4 children. Her youngest, which was younger than all the rest of them, he's 9 now, I believe, was given to his father. And she was in court at that time and said, yes, I can't take care of my kids. Please, it'd be better off if he went to live with his dad. Well, when she said that, why didn't they check on her other 3 kids? So there's just so many red flags, as there always is in every case, right? Any case that look at even Sebastian Rogers' case. There were red flags. There was those CPS reports, right? And Megan Boswell, there were red flags. It seems like there always is, and then we're looking back going, wow, And if people would just, if they see something, say something, right? Didn't those neighbors ever wonder if they never saw the kids in that house? They had to have seen DoorDash delivering stuff. Didn't they ever wonder who was eating that food? I mean, I don't know. It blows my mind, right? But yeah, I thought I'd share that because there was so much more than just the fact that she left them. Now she's, at least that care place is going to get them the help I think that they need mentally. And I think the judge was worried that the mother was going to start leaving messages and scare those kids. But that's why I worry that they're with their grandfather, because the mother had to have learned that behavior somewhere. A lot of times abuse like that is generational. And so I worry that those kids are with their grandfather. I hope they're keeping a really close eye on them. Well, they're staying with their grandpa, their mother's dad, and that's what scares me. I mean, I know that they'd rather put children with family, right? I get that, and for the most part, I agree with that. I, I just wonder sometimes, and I hope and pray that they're keeping an eye, right? That they're keeping an eye. I know that a reporter did try to go up to the grandfather's house, and he shut the door in their face. Yeah, she's 34, so is he in his late 50s, early 60s? I mean, we don't know how old this man is with 3 teenagers that, how far behind are they in school? I mean, on one hand, I guess it was good that they were playing video games because depending on what kind of games, it could help them teach them a little bit. But, yeah, I don't know. You do have to wonder if he's able to take care of them, and I don't know. It's always the children, who suffer. And these 3 kids, the father got out of prison in 2022 and got visitation, but she kept making it impossible for him to see him, and he didn't want to deal with her, so he let it go. I'm tending to agree with you, Melissa. Yeah, makes no sense that this had to happen to these poor children. I know it's not like they were out in the boonies somewhere. In townhomes, guys, have you ever lived in one like that? I can't say I've lived in one like that, but I mean, apartments, they don't have very thick walls. You can hear everything that's going on. So you cannot tell me that they couldn't smell those neighbors. Those walls were adjacent to each other. Right? Those I'll show you the picture of that. So see, here it ends, right? Straight up. That's not very thick there. And then they're connected to the next unit. So you mean to tell me that nobody could smell anything? At least for sure this neighbor right here on the left-hand side. Where the orange paper is, that's where they were living. The person on the left-hand side there had to have been able to smell that. Wouldn't you think? I mean, they didn't even know how to flush a toilet, guys. So, did she have the water shut off? I mean, typically, doesn't the landlord pay that? I mean, I don't know. I know. Yeah, they said nothing about that, did they? And from the outside, you can't tell anything, can you? I mean, and very nice townhome, right? So she had him in getting welfare or something, right? Yeah, you can see the way these homes are built. Look at so like when you go next door and then you see above that where they have like balconies and doors and stuff. It's the same way off to the right of their house. So this whole thing is connected, guys. Just separated by walls. That's all it is, and made to look fancy on the outside. But yeah, I'm with you guys. I think that they shouldn't be with grandpa right now. The authorities and even that care place needs to vet grandpa, right? Before they should allow him to have the kids, in my opinion. I mean, these kids have suffered enough, haven't they? What if they go to this house and maybe the house is clean, right? Maybe he's, but is he one to put the fear of God in them like their mother did? I mean, she had to have learned that somewhere. Why send children into some place that you don't know what's going on? Because foster family homes are vetted, right? They vet those families for the most part. And like you said, some of them have experience with that kind of thing, right? I don't know. You heard that one lady say, I'm not going to say this is the worst I've seen because every time I say that, I see something worse. But it was the worst she'd seen up till that point, right? And the kids couldn't even walk properly. So they have to learn how to walk again, and they have to learn hygiene. They have to be treated almost like a toddler. Okay, we get up in the morning, we brush our teeth, we brush our hair, we make our beds. When we eat, we put away our dishes. Yeah, I mean, think of all the little things that they have to learn how to do because they were never taught. That we take for granted because we're training our children as they get older. We don't even think about what we're training them. We just do it because we love our children and we're raising them up, right? When they're old enough, we teach them how to do dishes. As the girls get older, we teach them how to cook. We teach them how to take out the garbage, make beds. I mean, but these kids don't know anything. Simple things. Just very sad. Very sad. But I think tomorrow we probably will spend our time on Sebastian's case. Just to talk about some of the stuff that's going on. I mean, this video really was, I don't know, evidently but here's what I wonder. So law enforcement said there was nothing to it, But they're not going to tell us the truth, are they? Right? They said there was nothing to the flashlight video as well. So, I don't know. You know, it's hard to know what to believe. I'd be really curious to know what Chris thinks about that video from the mob crew. It's kind of funny. I don't think SF put it on his X account, but I don't know. I didn't look. I happened to see this on Facebook, honestly, that video. And I clicked on it. I'm like, whoa. And as soon as they said a private investigator, I thought, oh no. Oh no. But yeah. I certainly don't want to believe anything that he has to say, honestly. But I kind of would like to know if that video has been doctored, though. That would be good information, wouldn't it, guys? And I know Hong's been saying quite a bit of stuff, too. And I know that there was some video taken of everybody in the courthouse, and that's not good. We kind of talked about that last night. So, first of all, it's illegal. Secondly, the worst part is that there is a hit out on these guys. So, publishing where they are, that's just not a good thing at all, right? I mean, it's almost cruel to do that. If it's been public knowledge that they've been threatened, their lives have been threatened, and $100,000 hit has gone out. Why would you take pictures or video? I don't know. But yeah, tomorrow we'll spend some time talking about Sebastian. So if there's anything that you specifically have questions about Sebastian, send them to me. granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. I'm always any tips you want to send me, feel free to send those my way. I love getting stuff that I can look into and different topics you want me to talk about. I'd be happy to do that. So please feel free to share that information with me. Tips and things, questions you may have, like about the Sebastian Rogers case. I'll do my best to find what information I can and share it with you guys. I'm not going to go into the drama of things. I think you guys know that by now. But I will answer questions to the best of my ability. Look up things that I don't know, because I can miss things just like everybody else. You guys are quiet tonight. Normally you're just chatting like crazy. Tonight you're quiet. But I do have a grannyism for ya. And I thought this really fit. Depriving children of a happy life by abusing or neglecting them is the worst impact on humankind ever. Childinsider.com. And that about sums up this case, doesn't it? Kelly Butler deprived her children of 5 years of their life that they can never get back, guys. She not only abused, but she neglected them. You're finishing your diamond art? What's it a picture of? And Cheryl's cooking. And Brenda Joe's taking care of Lacey. So that Lacey doesn't go crazy while I'm doing my live. Everybody's doing something. But I really did. You'll send it to you. Awesome. Okay. I got one from my cousin when my dad passed away. And it was of the praying hands and the cross, which Lacey's on your lap. I'll actually show you why that means so much to me. Let me find that picture. You know, whenever I want something, I can never find it, right? Oh, there it is. Right up in front of me. So this was my dad. And every morning, I'd get up in the morning at 6:00 to get ready for work. And this is the way I would find him at our dining room table praying. And he'd be up like about 4:00 in the morning. So he'd be praying from like 4 till about 6:30 every morning. And that's why that diamond art picture meant so much to me, because it had the praying hands and the cross with it. But yeah, that was my daddy, and I miss him so much. And yes, it's kind of ironic. Do you see the picture behind him? Oh, gosh. So, sorry, making dinner and playing with your new security camera. You like that picture? Yeah. Yeah. Some memories are just wonderful memories, right? My dad was my hero. This one's called Trinity of Peace. Gotcha. Yeah. My dad was my hero. And even though it's been 2 years, it'll be 3 years in August, I still miss him every day. He was amazing. You have a beautiful sunflower, Diamond Arts. Brenda loves sunflowers, guys. She's a sunflower freak. I have bought her a couple of, maybe a mug, was it? With sunflowers on it, an apron, a picture. She loves sunflowers. My hobby is making my soap, and I haven't even done much of that lately. I need to do some more of that. Right? Yeah. My dad was my best friend too, later in life. 21 years. Yeah. I don't think that's something you ever get over, you know? Yep. Yeah. Yeah, both my mom passed away in 2013, and then my dad 2 years ago. Your walls are covered with diamond art. Yeah. My dad was something else. He was always laughing, always a lot of fun. My mom was completely different. Completely different. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. It's just hard to lose parents, so it's just really difficult. Oh, your birthday was Wednesday. Well, happy belated birthday to you. We've got to do our birthday song for you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Melissa. Yours was too? Your birthday? Well, goodness sakes. We've got to do it for you as well, K9.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday. You're so very welcome. Aw, that's sweet. I love that. All right, well, I don't really have anything else for tonight, guys. Oh, not my birthday, but my walls are covered with diamond art. Sorry, that's my fault. Well, you got, when is your birthday, K9? You got an early birthday. That's funny. You gotta admit, I mean, we have Melissa's thing up here. My birthday was Wednesday, and K9's right after saying mine too. What were we supposed to think? May 17th. Oh, that's so funny. You got an early birthday wish. And we'll celebrate with you on the 17th as well, K9. Yes. Yes. And we did need to, didn't we? We had kind of a a dark subject we talked about tonight, so we did need a little laugh, didn't we? Oh, yeah. I think, what we really need to do is pray for those 3 kids, right? Um, yeah, they just need our prayers. That they'll, kids are resilient, right? They can bounce back, so just keep them in our prayers. And tomorrow night, come with your questions, your thoughts about what you're thinking on the Sebastian Rogers case. We will do some chatting about him. He will be our focus. So, well, maybe I'll see if I can find other videos that have been shared about him, maybe from Seth or something, and just have our Sebastian Rogers fix tomorrow. All right. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys always make my night. You're so fun. All right. Well, have a good evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for watching another episode of Granny's Crime Busters. We really appreciate each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like and even share the content. You can follow us on any of our other social media platforms at YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We really appreciate you guys, and you can also email us at granniescrimebusters@gmail.com. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next one. Thanks, guys.